Yo, yo, yo. What's up? It's your boy Jew. Back here with another rendition. Episode 13. We got my boys in the building. To my left, you know, the crowd favorite. Boy, my boy Bull, how you doing?
Happening, man? I'm doing good, bro.
You're second.
Crowd favorite. I didn't know that.
Oh man, I think you're the only other person. That's
Yeah,
Okay.
by default.
Hey, I'm not right, but I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, I'll take it though.
Yeah. And as always, we got my boy Ed in here. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How we feeling, man? What's our energy today? What's our
Abundance, man. I'm always abundant, man. I try to make that my energy every morning. Be able to receive it. You put it out there. Yeah, man. I'm feeling good, man. Refreshed from last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, getting some water in me.
Oh yeah. Yes sir. Yes sir.
Yeah, that's
yes.
always important after a long night.
Oh yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. We had a good time last night, man. It's always, it's always good. It's always a blessing. Like, I love when my friends come visit. Especially my dog Bull, man, because it just feels good. I don't know. I just like having people around me. That's just me though.
I love being here, man. Like I said last time, it's always a pleasure when I'm here. It's always like old times again.
I know, right?
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. Ed, how you doing, sir?
Man,
how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Like I said, man, those morning workouts, week 2 of that, being consistent, and it's really been making a difference. Like I say, just like that sound like something small, but that really like just changed like the dynamics of my weekdays completely for me. Like after work, it's just mine now. Like I've done my work. I've done like my personal development. It's like that part is just now I can just relax.
Yeah, I heard you last night. You were saying that you was able to watch snowfall like when it
in real time.
In real time, yeah.
It used to be like I would have to just wait till like Saturday or Sunday and just watch everything that I missed the entire week that I just literally had no time to watch. So yeah, it's been nice, man. I feel like I have like more of my life back in a sense, or time, huh?
Did it open up your weekend?
I mean, my weekend's always free, so it didn't really. It was just my weekdays that was affected because having to work out and do all that, it just took up so much time. So,
do it feel like just automation, or does it feel like you're just going through your day opposed to like just trying to get through the next thing? You know what I'm saying?
Like I say, it just gave me a part of my day that don't have to be structured, where it can just be freedom. Like
yeah, especially post work.
Yeah, because it used to be like I'm telling you, every minute was accounted for. Like, but now it's like literally after work, I can do whatever I want. Like,
how long is your workouts in the morning?
I get in there at like 5 and leave around 6, so a good hour. But it'd be like high intensity and stuff. So I'm able to accomplish everything I need to accomplish in that time. Yeah,
I definitely understand that, man. I'm doing good. Another week is going by.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I feel good. What I am about to do. I think I'm about to go back on my diet, man. Not the one from before, but just another one. I think I'm ready to just clean it out pre-summer.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and get it right. Go ahead, go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know. Last summer we were all pretty much locked in, and I definitely had some things changing in my life. I moved back from New York. I had moved like 10 months prior.
Yeah.
So this summer I'm looking forward to being like settled in a place.
Yep.
And I'll probably be spending more nights with y'all like we did last night. Pause. Hey yo. Hey yo. But you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking to myself like, man, and I don't really do my body dirty like I used to. Like it used to be like hard drinking Friday, Saturday. I might even drink a couple beers on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But now it's kind of like, I probably got like one go hard day out of the weekend. You know what I'm saying? That used to be like all weekend. You know what I'm saying? But I was just thinking to myself like, man, I want to have fun this summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually like making a little bit of money now. Like, so I'll be able to do stuff. We can go places. And I said, man, before I take on all that, let me just go ahead and do a little detox, clean it all out. You know what I mean? Get myself right before the summer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know, so I don't know. I think that's just me just inviting or being open to something that's going to change in my life. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Ed was talking about, like he said he changed his routine with his workout. You know what I'm saying? I want to change my diet, but I think things like that are just integral to like growth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that can be built upon, or you can introduce into your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes. You know, like, I don't know if you guys experience that. Like, I mean, I guess Ed, you would be a prime example because, you know, you've been telling people about how you've been changing your workout and stuff like that. Like, when you're inviting change, is there like a process that you got to go through? Like, do you got to rationalize it, or do you just start?
Well, I mean, it's all circumstantial. As it pertains to this, though, it's like I've been knowing like
that this had to happen.
Yeah, but I was just fighting it or trying to work around it, and because it was going to be a transition that, you know, it's kind of hard at the beginning waking up because I had to be in the gym by 5. So I mean, I'm waking up at like 4:45 every day. So like that was just like a big transition, but I knew it would probably be for the betterment of myself. But that's just my human side where I'm like, yeah, man, but I got to wake up so early. It's going to be hard. But like I said, so I kept putting it off, but then I was just like, okay, like this is what's best for me. Just blow up and do it. And like I said, the first day was the hardest. And then after that, man, like I said, I'm a creature of habit. So I did it that one time and went to work and I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm feel a little taller. I'm good. I'm, you know, and I don't know, like I said, it just made me like be prepared. Like I had already woke up so early and did stuff already. Just like I didn't have to like, you know, it's like how like a train, it has to slowly start up before it's like running it. Right. So I'm kind of like that too. But it's like I done already got my wheels turning. So like by the time it's time for work, I'm like I'm there. Like I don't need no like little time to gather myself. Like no, I'm here and ready. So yeah, I mean it was a transition, but I knew it would be, you know, beneficial for me. Like I said, I tried to fight it for a little bit, but like I said, I just went for it one day and then seen the benefits of it. And I was like, okay, like this helps me more than, you know, it inconveniences me or whatever. But because Earlton, he was the one who told me, he was like, man, you don't have to worry about like forcing yourself to go to sleep at night. Once you start waking up that early and have a full day, you'll naturally start going to sleep earlier. Right. And that's what happened. Like, heck, Thursday, I was in bed before 9.
You know, it's funny because I was about to call you this week, and I know I forgot to call Ed because I usually do call him, and it was like 8:45. I said, "Nah, that boy on his way out." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna disturb him.
I think I called him like I called him after 9.
Oh, you did?
yeah. But I wasn't even thinking, man. So I called him. He was on the couch already. I was like, oh yeah, let me let him go. It was already dark, but yeah, whenever you like wake up in the morning, man, like I learned that like firsthand. Like whenever you wake up early, your body is gonna tell you like, man, it's time. Like around 8:45, 9 o'clock. Oh yeah, you gonna start winding down. The momentum you had, you know what I'm saying? That train started stopping. About 2 miles out. So it's like around 7:30. You kind of start getting a little bit sluggish, looking for something to like kind of settle into. You done already ate. You can cook. Like that's the best thing ever.
It's the best way to close your day.
I love it though. Like I was like, man, I should have been doing this sooner. You know,
I'm gonna ask y'all a question because, you know, I said I'm about to start the diet, right? And like I told my girl about it, we was talking about it during the week. I was like, man, I'm thinking about to, you know, change my diet again because number one, I've been doing a lot of working out, and like my arms and stuff, the shoulders are good, but I gotta get the stomach down. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all diet. You know what I'm saying? So So I know I want to introduce that into myself. And here's another moment of transparency. I hope this doesn't become a routine for me, but like in my mind, I said, okay, I'm gonna start the diet like Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I had the thought to change my diet Wednesday of last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it made me ask myself, like, am I resisting this change? Or like, what am I tripping? Is that a natural thing? I mean, what do y'all do? Like, do y'all resist change? Do y'all not like it? Or
yeah, I think the like humane thing is to resist anything that's not easy or that's not familiar.
Cause I could have like very well just started Thursday, right?
For sure.
And I just asked myself like, why I didn't do that?
Well, I mean, to a lot of people feel like just your regular person feels like, well, I gotta start it on like at the beginning of the week because it's the beginning of the week. So if I'm like already halfway through, it's not gonna make sense. I'm only gonna have to,
Yeah.
But then again, that's like resisting that change because you can always say, okay, I'm gonna just get it in for the rest of the week, And for me, like the resist is like with the waking up in the morning. Whenever I started doing it, I had to like talk myself into like even doing it and even starting it because I was like you said, you gotta wake up early. Man, I'm getting off at like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude, I don't really want to do this.
The thought is what. Yeah,
man, it's a thought. But like once I like dove in there, because with me, like with change, bro, like I'm gonna resist it so much that I gotta like, it's kind of like pushing the kid in the pool to teach him how to swim.
Okay.
It's like for so long, I'm gonna just walk around that pool, just like looking, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at it and just going through everything in my mind, going through all the scenarios, if I drown, if I don't. But then at some point in time, I'm just like, okay, just do it. And then once I do it the first time, like you said, it just gets easier every single day. Like everything gets easier. So once you do it the first day, whatever you tell yourself to do or whatever you tell yourself to make you do it that first day, it's kind of what you can tell yourself, like what I would tell myself every day after that, or some variation of that.
It's just gotta become part of your routine. And then once it's that, you don't even, it's just a part of it, so you're not even notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But since we were kind of talking about like change in a sense, and what do you think, like, just like looking at y'all lives, what were like some of like the major changes for y'all? Like it can be like transitions in like work, physical, mental health, like events, graduating, like from y'all perspective, what were like major changes in y'all life that y'all considered like a major change?
Well, I can say just recently a major change. I quit my job.
Yeah.
To like go back to school. So like
that's a major change.
That's a super major change, and like I resisted that change for a long time just because I'm a man of stability. Like I gotta have like some type of foundation, some type of something. But it's just the last couple of months, last couple of weeks I was there, I was just like, I just knew that something had to change. You know, when things change, I feel like for me, when things are about to change, it's like a series of similar events that happened beforehand that like kind of make me uncomfortable. And
yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what was happening. Just events just started making me uncomfortable. Like kind of my feet started getting hot. You know what I'm saying? And, I just finally did it. Like I knew that if I wouldn't have done it then, I wasn't gonna do it at all.
Right.
But I resisted quitting just because I was like, nah, I gotta have some type of foundation. What I'm gonna do about money? What I'm gonna do about this? Like, I just started paying health insurance. Like, I just started getting vision insurance. Like, so I was like, man, like I really don't want to do that, but I do because I know that this ain't the place for me, and I know that if I do something else, then it'll help me way more
down the line.
Exactly. After the fact. So like, it just goes back to like telling myself like, you have to do this in order for you to get to whatever you're trying to do. And like, I just woke up one day, like it literally was just one day I kind of just woke up and was like, I would.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably it for me.
I think.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like a major change for me was probably the spring of 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's my freshman year of high school after football season. So we began off season.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, like I ain't never just like I played football all my life.
Yeah.
But if you know like West Orange, you know, where we're from, we have a very intense off season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was just super change for me because like it went from like this happy go lucky day at school to like, boy, I'm about to die when we go to athletics. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like it was a forced change kinda because I didn't have no say so over the structure of the workouts or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I wanted to do that because I wanted to play football, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of did subject myself to it voluntarily, right? Yeah. But it was such a life changing thing because it's like what I probably like 14, you know what I mean? So like puberty is like onsetting, you know what I'm saying? Like in full bloom.
Right there.
It is right there. I like dropped like a lot of weight. I just started taking myself more seriously because I know I wanted to be an athlete. You know what I'm saying? And I think when we talk about major changes in your life or change period, it's kind of like you making an agreement with yourself to do something out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's like some small, some huge, it's definitely an agreement that you got to have with yourself. And I made that agreement with myself. Be like, okay, I want to do this. I want to be here. But that was a major change because like it set the course of probably what my next 5 years of my life was going to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just a reality that I got comfortable with super quick. And it kicked me in the behind because it made me get on my stuff. Like I couldn't just be lazy through a workout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or I couldn't just do this. You know what I mean? Like, and I couldn't just eat hot Cheetos at lunch no more because that's gonna hurt. Yeah, that's gonna hurt when I'm on the track. You know, so like it changed how I looked at everything I did in a day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, after a while, you kind of get used to what we do on a Monday or Wednesday. So it's like, I know I'm not eating the meatballs and gravy on aerobics day. You know, I'm not doing that today. Yeah. But okay, that's an example, but the actual like psyche behind it is just like I got more perceptive to put a bow on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got way more perceptive. I got way more intentional on what I did and how I took care of my body and stuff like that. Yeah. And I would say a lot of the routine thoughts that I have now stem from when that started. You know what I'm saying? So I say that's a major change. My bad.
I think the major change in my life to what would be the consistent change in my life was going from high school to college. Okay. That freshman year, because it was just completely different than what I've known for 18 years.
That's true.
With the stability and everything and just everything, you know, just that whole entire dynamic of having your parents there to be able to do stuff and just you not having to worry about certain things that now you have to worry about. Like, you know, stuff you never even like. You would just open the refrigerator. You didn't have to worry about filling it yourself, or like supplies were readily available. You know, but I think that was like the biggest. I mean, I guess that was like the first like real major like change that like really altered my life. Was just getting used to that dynamic, and then after that, honestly, like that kind of just set up my life to what it is now, where it's just constant change. Like I'm more used to change than stability. Like it's stability in my routine that I have, but that routine like changed based off of how my life changed. Because like I tell people, like I never know where I'm gonna be a year from now. Like my life is constantly changing from where I live to where I work. Like I'm more used to change than I am stability in life, in my adult life. Because like after that, like I say, in college, every year was different, living somewhere else. And that was
what's up, my boy? How you doing, man?
Man, nimble.
Nah, go ahead, man. What you said? No?
But yeah, so that kind of just set up my life to just. My life is just constant change. I never really thought about that until we started talking about it. Like literally every year of my life is something different.
That's true, man.
I'm living somewhere else. It's just so I'm just used to change. But I think in change, I still like try to find stability in things that I can control within myself.
Right.
And that's how it don't really affect me. Because like I never worry. Like I know my life will be different a year from now because it's just how my life works. But I don't get anxious about it or anything. And they kind of actually lead into the article that we have today about the psychology of dealing with change. It's written by Kathleen Smith, and she kind of just talks about change in life and like ways to become resilient to kind of help you deal with change. So I'll kind of, just go through them and you guys give me your perspective on them, because I really like that. The first one she has is evaluate your level of control. Sometimes it's all too easy to become fixated on events over which we have no power or people who might never change their actions or attitude. But rather than focus on blaming others or moving the unmovable, resilient people set their sights on what they can control. To evaluate your level of control over a situation, you can ask yourself, what can I take responsibility for in this situation? When you look for opportunities to empower yourself and work towards change that is possible, you're less likely to feel stuck in difficult situations.
Yeah. She was spitting. Yeah, I think the most resistance to change for me comes from like me not being able to control an outcome. Right. So like if like for instance with me quitting my job, like the resistance came from like, dang, I don't know like what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't sit down and be like, oh no, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen after the fact, so I'm good or whatever. And it kind of comes from a fear, kind of, I feel like on my side, just a fear of just not having that stability and a fear of the not knowing. So that's you hit the nail on the head with that one. I think what resonated with me in that little excerpt, that little reading, it said like you ask yourself, what can I control? What can I take responsibility for in this situation? Yeah. So in my example, when I was talking about like, my first off season in high school, like you said, like I couldn't move the unmovable. Like I couldn't tell my coach, change the workout because it has me tired. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So what I could do is say, okay, let me pace myself throughout the day, or let me pace myself in my workout. Maybe not overexert myself. Let me try to eat the right thing so I don't feel sluggish. Or like those are things that I can take responsibility for, that I can control, so that I'm ready to approach whatever the hell is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I got out of that reading as well. Like evaluate your level of control. You know what I'm saying? Like it may not be a lot. It may not be, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But like as long as you are prepared, I feel like you can deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like an age-old saying that I've always heard growing up: control what you can control. You know, you may not have power over everything, but you have power over yourself, and just do what you can do. Like control what you can control.
Exactly. It's funny, man, because like in you reading that and us talking about it, and us talking about how like we approach change, it's almost like change is inevitable, right? So you got to have yourself intact. So when it happens, you know how you can, deal with it. Like, because when you were just talking, Ed, that's what I kind of like. It popped in my head when you talking about how like you got your routine and like you're more used to change and stability, but you got what you do.
Yeah, like I control what I can control, and I make sure I control that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that just popped in my head. That rang so true to me. I just think that's very profound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's very important to like be able to control your mind and the way that you think in the situations of change. Because like it's kind of like a situation. If somebody say something to me, you know, it kind of made me feel some type of way, but I can control how I react to anything.
Yeah, you can't control what someone might say to you or do to you, but you can control yourself.
Yeah, and the anger kind of comes from not being able to, like, if you can't do anything about them doing whatever that they did or whatever the situation is, like, that's where the resistance and the anger comes from. And that's when you get to stressing and being depressed about the situation, because instead of letting it go and saying, okay, well, I can't control whatever just happened, but I can I can say, oh, I'm just gonna figure it out, you know, as we're here, or find something that makes me feel more comfortable with whatever's changing, and not like something unhealthy, something healthy like working out or like meditating or stretching or whatever.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into the next one, which is practice self-care after a loss. Often life's transitions involve losses such as death, a big move, the loss of a job, or a relationship ending. Even positive transitions like a graduation or a job change can make you feel a little sad. During these times of transition, don't push away any grief you might feel. Acknowledge the loss and pay attention to what you've learned from the experience. Seek support and camaraderie among friends and family, and consider speaking with a counselor or other mental health professionals if you feel the need for extra support during the transition.
Yeah, that's like, man, yeah. If you don't acknowledge that something just happened, that's kind of That's not being ignorant. You're not ignorant because you see that it's happening, but it's kind of like
you're operating in a state of delusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's like super unhealthy, man. That's you have to let things out, like especially if you're feeling some type of way about it. Like if you lose someone, you know, a loved one, like
I was just about to say something.
You don't have to talk about everybody. I mean, you don't have to talk to everybody about it, but you have to like be able to acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge what's going on with yourself, and be able to explain, or even if it's not explaining, just to get out whatever is in your head.
Right.
Because if you're just talking to yourself, you only know, you know what I'm saying, what you're saying and what you're feeling. But if somebody can empathize or sympathize with you, how much better would that be going through the transition? That's kind of like healing to me. You have to heal in order to get to whatever next phase, or be able to deal and cope with the change. You gotta heal. Right.
I was about to say that because I don't want to get it misconstrued, like to the audience or anybody that's listening, or even just you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk about change, and you know, we are all optimistic people. You know what I mean? So we're thinking like change is it can be in progression or in trying to obtain something to make you feel good, but change also comes with pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
can be negative.
Yeah. You or you can change through pain. Like you can change through sadness. You know what I'm saying? Like change isn't always a happy thing. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I got out of that. Like if I lost or if I did something wrong, like I like to know that. I don't like to skirt around it. You know what I mean? Like let's say that this happened. Let's just look at it. You know, you gotta look at that. You gotta look at that monster. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the mirror. So that's kind of what I got from it, and it just made me just made me, it bring home the point to me of like I have to be open and willingness for the sadness, the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, I think this is the only way you get through it. And I think that is hard change. That's not the one everybody want to. That's not celebrated, you know what I'm saying? That kind of change, you know what I mean? But it's there, you know?
Yeah,
it's there. And I think it makes you better. It makes you more resilient.
Yeah. Make you more resilient. Yeah. Just like you said. Yep.
Yeah, you learn more through the losses than the wins. Because if you're just constantly winning, you think, well, the way I do it. Don't fix it if it ain't broke, you know, like it's getting me this. So I can just be like this because it's got me this far. But, you know, sometimes with losses in life, it just, you know, gives you a certain level of humility and start to realize what you can do better or be better at. And,
here's a question. When do y'all, or how do y'all even realize that, like, I need to change? Like, identifying, like, a change needs to happen.
When I'm too comfortable. Like, whenever things are too regular, like, I'm too just good with being where I'm at. Like, if I'm not...
Like complacency?
Complacency. Like, once I feel that I'm complacent and that I'm just okay with whatever is happening, I feel like a change needs to happen. Or on the other side of the spectrum, if I feel like I'm too uncomfortable, then I feel like changes need to happen. Because being uncomfortable all the time ain't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But if I start feeling too uncomfortable, then I know something needs to change. I need to change either something in me or something around me or my environment.
Yeah. Again, I get what you're saying, because a healthy, putting yourself in a healthy amount of uncomfortable situations can help you grow. Like, you know, maybe you say you're not the most social, but maybe you do something social or start initiating conversation with people to try to get you out your comfort zone.
Right.
So I get what you're saying there. I think for me and change, it's like I just naturally operate under the premise that I'm a work in progress, and I'm always just looking to better myself. And I know, like,
so
I probably come, it's like I probably I've come a long way, I can say, but I know there's plenty of way to go. And like, I think personally, this is a personal thought. I just think, like, self-improvement never stops. So there's always room for growth and improvement. So I'm just always looking for ways that I can better myself and change and just learn from experiences and just grow from them. So that's just something I constantly do. I kind of never not thinking of ways to just change and better myself personally.
For sure.
What you're saying, that, like, it makes me think of, like, having to, like, kind of, like I said, like, training your mind to think of, okay, when things do change or when I do take a loss, like, what's the best things that I can take from this? Because you can have a loss and you can be the most optimistic person, but if you're not able to, like, find a silver lining, quote unquote,
you know, like, that just naturally happened, but that do kind of, I'm gonna stop you because it kind of go into the next thing, then you can pick it back up. Because literally the next point is to check your thought patterns. In times of change, because in times of change, it's easy for you. It's easy for your mind to cut corners. You might see everything in black or white, or you assume the worst will occur. But if you take the time to examine your thought patterns and assess how rational they are, you might find some space to nudge your thinking towards resilience. If you're not sure how to slow down your mind, practicing relaxing techniques such as mindfulness or deep breathing can help you feel more in control of your brain and how you evaluate a major change. You can also generate more positive thoughts if you take the time to remind yourself about transitions and challenges you've successfully navigated in the past. Make a list of ways you've been resilient in your life and consider what traits and actions might be able to see you through the current challenge. By focusing on your strengths instead of your weaknesses, you will feel more empowered to meet what lies ahead. And it kind of goes into what you were saying, how it, like, pretty much, like, your thought process plays a major component in how you see change and how you embrace it. You know, some people see it as a challenge. Some people might say, "Oh, why me? Oh, like, what did I do to deserve this?
Yeah, why do I gotta do this?"
I think that kind of goes back to, like, how you experience your experiences. You know, like, as a kid.
Oh yeah, real talk.
Whenever
real talk,
things would change in your life as a kid. How did you deal with that? How did you cope with that? How did you get through that?
See, I love that.
Right, and so that's like losing all the time is kind of supposed to teach you how to lose. Yeah. Where losing ain't really losing.
Right.
And if you're not learning how to lose in all of these losses that you're having, then you'll never be able to see the wins when you get them, or appreciate the wins when you get them. In my opinion, because your thought process not there. Because you can get a win and be like, "Man, it's about time." All of this time I didn't spend losing and doing this and doing that. Like, you have to be able to say, like, "Yeah, a loss is basically something that just didn't go the way that you thought it was going to go." So being able to just say, "Dang, I didn't think it was going to go that way, but now I'm able to look at it like this or look at it like that." Like, man, I ain't got a job right now, but man, I got more time to spend just being relaxing right now before I have to jump back into it. So, I might not have as much access money as I had before, but now I'm gonna be able to learn how to hold my money tighter, and pick my investments more wisely rather than just throwing my money at something.
Because it's really truly just how you perceive things, and not even if it's a loss, it might just be adversity. Because you got some adversity in life now. Sometimes, depending on where you at in life, you might be able to like
soften it, bro.
or just fix it quickly. And some people, they may have to live with it for a while, but something is gonna happen in life. Like
that you're gonna have.
I'm about to say you can drive a Maybach, you can drive a Honda. You gonna have a tire issue, or you're gonna
have to respond to something
at some point, no matter where you at in life, and just how you deal with adversity and knowing that it's just a part of life, and just embracing it and being solution based.
So it's like another tool under your belt. That's something. If something break, I know how to fix that now. Or prevent it now.
Yeah, because that's how I look at any adversity or anything. I look at it as a learning experience to know, like, okay, well, if this happened, now I know how to handle it. Or, like you said, how to prevent it,
And sometimes you can see it coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
That check engine light been on for 6 months.
Yeah. I'm about to say, well, you heard that clicking in there.
I'm about to say, why you ignoring it?
I'm about to say, and that goes into the other thing. You got to acknowledge it.
Yeah, you got to acknowledge it.
Ignoring it ain't going to make it go away.
Turning that radio up, don't make that
sound. Hey, boy, you just hit that pothole. You just hit that pothole.
I know you feel this carpool.
No, man, that's funny, man. Because like in that last little thing, it said like you could nudge your thinking more towards resilience. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it kind of go back to like I always had this little like I don't know, just theoretical thing. They got people that like let things happen to them. And then they got people that like approach things. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like, am I receiving this change or I'm embracing it? You know what I mean? Am I looking at it like Ed said, "Oh, why me?" Or am I looking at it like, "Okay, let's get it on. Let's figure this out." You know? And I think when you do that, you know what I'm saying, you kind of like you're already preparing yourself to receive it in a positive way.
Yeah, because that's like. This is literally something I tell myself throughout the week, every week. Rip the Band-Aid off. Like, come on, it's gonna have to get done at some point. Don't don't put it off. Just get it over with and move on with your life. You know?
That's why I say you just gotta dive in head first sometimes. Like, especially if you see that tidal wave coming in, you can't outrun it. Sometimes you just gotta try to split through that mug,
start going towards it.
And like that's not to get confused with being ill prepared for it. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not just gonna I know I need this to get that done, but like we get so like kind of bashful as humans, and we get apprehensive when it comes to a lot of things, especially if it's a change that requires us to deal with something that we probably don't want to acknowledge. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you take somebody like, I say I want to change my diet, but take somebody that's like really overweight that like really needs to change for like health, like actual health reasons. But to do that first, like Ed said, you got to acknowledge the fact that you let it get that bad, or you not even get that bad. You got here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's a real conversation you got to have with yourself before you can even start the change.
And before you started the last episode, you got to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you have to like be able to say like,
Sorry.
I did this, but okay, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. That's it. Like,
Yes, sir.
I didn't mean to, or if you did, like I did mean to, but now that I'm here, a change needs to happen because you're not gonna let yourself change if you don't forgive yourself or if you don't feel like you are worthy of change. Like you just have to just like it's just a whole mind change. Everything isn't about mind because we live in a physical world, but like if you change your mind, 85% of the stuff in the world is gonna change. Your perception on stuff is gonna change.
Yeah, the body goes as the mind goes.
Exactly.
Though.
I can say because the mindset can change things completely. Because like I read this in a book a long time ago, and it really just helped me. It said, up until this point, you've gotten through every hard time in your life that you've had.
Yep.
Like everything.
Yep.
And that helps me put stuff in perspective because I know it's been times I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this one.
Yeah.
It couldn't even been like as serious. Yeah, it couldn't even been as serious as like something real, like just something in school. Like you had like a major assignment that's
you're like, man,
40 pages. Like I'm gonna write 40. I can't even see that for myself. Does anything that you've ever considered a major challenge you've been able to get through?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I just find comfort in that, and I use that mindset saying, okay, it seemed like major now, but I'll get through. And like you said, it is about your mindset because your mindset will change your perspective. Because if you have that mindset going to and say, oh yeah, it's big, but I've gotten through everything before, so it's just another thing to get through.
And that's resiliency. Right
that is resiliency.
That's resiliency.
Just remember, you ain't get to that point for no reason.
Right.
Like it's always something. Like you got all the way there. You know what I'm saying? You didn't stop back here. You got all the way to that point. So being able to realize, like, okay, I have gotten through the things that I felt were challenges before, but man, I got all the way here. So it ain't no reason that this is gonna stop me. Like it can't stop you if you done got to that point. If it ain't kill you, there's no reason why you can't get past it.
And I be thinking like, man, that only has prepared me for this test.
Yeah.
Like I'm fully prepared to handle this. You know what I'm saying? Because I did that.
And
so
I learned stuff from
that. So I can handle this. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I be trying to tell myself to keep myself going. You know, you know what I'm saying?
For myself, I always think like I always know that regardless of what happens, something always has come through. Like in big challenges in my life that I couldn't like see a end or see a solution to. Somewhere in the middle of it, something happens and then everything's fine. Just randomly. And so like my whole life, like I get worked up, I get anxious, like I get angry. But then like after that, first part, it's kind of like
I was just about to ask y'all that. Like when the change happens, how does it go from like change to changed? You know what I mean? Like how do you like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're changing something.
It depends on your perspective.
Well, Ed, you did say that like, you're an ever improving man. So maybe it never happens. Maybe change is something that we never obtain, right?
Or are you saying like getting acclimated to change? Yeah,
getting acclimated to change, like when it becomes just normal. Because
I am acclimation. Huh? I am acclimation.
I was about to say, and that's like it's funny, but that's like true. Like it's just perception. Like he's acclimated everywhere he go. He makes sure that he's acclimated wherever he's at all times. So
right.
He doesn't have to feel
suspended in like limbo.
Yeah,
that doesn't exist for somebody like Ed.
But for some people, it's like just like something happens and then nothing happens.
Yeah,
and some people are just present.
And that's why I said black and. Remember, they said you might think in black and white.
Yeah. And that's basically what it is. Like, boom, I just hit this wall. Okay, this wall not there no more.
Yeah, it's done,
and then it's gone. And some people is like, oh my bad, but some people are here. Like some people there the whole time. They there when they hit the wall. Whenever they taking all the bricks off, chipping at it, and throwing everything away, and then continuing to walk. So I think it's all perception on that one.
Oh well, yeah. I was going to say about change. Like some stuff is like a physical change. Like you graduated high school, like
you're not going to be.
You're not there anymore. You don't have any classes. Like
that's true.
Some change. Like you lost your job. You can go there. They're just gonna be like, why are you here?
They're gonna be like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, you don't work here. So it's like some change is like you have no choice but to embrace. Now, like you can mentally not embrace it, but it's like some stuff is just it is what it is, and that kind of goes into the next point of being the present. While it's important to look to the past to find your strength, sometimes you can feel too pulled into the future in times of change. When you worry about what the future will bring or what mistakes you might make, you forget to be in the present and observe what's happening around you. To bring yourself back to the present, get in tune with your body, pay attention to how it responds to stress, and set aside time every day to relax. Take some deep breaths and bring your focus back to the present.
No. I definitely understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having to be present, that also, I feel like it goes into like acknowledging. You know what I'm saying? Like this is happening. I'm in this moment. Like like you just said, boo. Like some people are there all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and I think I'm one of those people. So like, I have to be present.
Yeah.
Because I can't get caught up on like what happened. Because that would literally drag me down. Like. You know, I know it will mentally. You know what I'm saying? It'll drag me down.
And sometimes you can be like so caught up in the future and anticipating this change. Like, say you're in college and you're just so focused on graduating that like those 4 years pass by and you realize that you were never present and in the moment, so you missed out on things because you were so worried about the future. Because I honestly, I definitely was a victim in that when it came to undergrad. I wanted to get out of there. Just counting the time down, like just focus on what I got to do to get out of here. Like, okay, I got this class, and like doing that and just always being so concerned about the future. About that, it was like I wasn't as present as I could have been. You know?
Yeah.
So I missed out on a few things.
Makes sense.
Probably will want to after the fact, because hindsight is always 20/20.
Of course,
and you know too, that can make you anxious if you just always so concerned about the future and what's happening, and that's all you can think about. So you just anxious rather than just looking around and saying what's in front of me right now, like today, not however long in the future, but like literally right now. What is today? Today is relaxing. Actually, it's it's like, breathe. It's a nice day outside.
Oh yes, I struggle with that. Like I struggle with that anxious stuff. Like I'm always like, oh snap. Like right now, I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Sunday. That means work is Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's. I think we kind of like got groomed to that, like just as kids and just going through life in general. It's just like you always need to be thinking
preparing for the next.
And I think that kind of, for me, for sure, that kind of got banged into my head. Pause, like every day almost is like, what are you doing next? Well, what you got planned? Like, what's your plans for this? What's your plans for that?
You ain't working.
You
working? You know what I'm
like, saying? You ain't got a job yet? Okay.
Oh, dang.
So what you gonna do?
Yeah. Like, so what you gonna do?
But I mean, that's such a nuanced thing, because I was just thinking about that. Because if you're just super present and you never think about the future or prepare yourself at all, then it's like, it's like you got to have a balance, I believe. Which, I mean, that's everything in life, but you do have to be present and in the moment. And it's kind of like this. Literally, all kind of ties to like kind of what's kind of going in for me at work right now. We're like super busy, and people wondering like, there's a deadline if we'll meet it, and some people are worrying because they're so focused on that deadline, and me, I'm calm, and they're like, you're not worried? I was like, I can control what I can control. I'm gonna do everything I can do this day. Today is Monday. I can't. 3 weeks seems like so short of a time. But I'm gonna do everything I can do today, and if I continue to do that every day, I'll get to where I need to be. But I can only be present and focus on what I can do today.
Exactly. And
that's being present, because if you can spend so much time worrying that if you were just present, you probably could have got more accomplished. Yep.
And I think that's just another way to open your mind to ideas and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just be receptive. Be receptive to the day. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I think just being present is just important, period. Like, not just in change, just like wherever you are in life, just soaking in that moment and appreciating that moment, because it's not like you'll ever get it back, you know.
Exactly.
Time just keeps going forward. So that was like one of the things for me, like if I'm ever in a public setting, I try to be like as present as possible, you know. I don't just try to be on my phone or something, especially if it's like an event or something like where it is just, like, you know, something that's just happening literally one time. I want to make sure I'm present and just taking it all in.
Yeah. Instead of just being on my phone or taking pictures the whole time or something like that. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have, like, do either one of y'all have, like, practices that y'all do to keep y'all present and in the moment?
I was thinking about that.
I literally just, like, take in my surroundings. Like, I literally just look around, like, especially like on the weekday, you can get so caught up in work sometimes. I have a window now, thankfully. So I literally just look out my window. Like, seriously, I look out my window, I look at the trees, like, man, it's nice out there. Then I'd be like, I'm in Dallas, Texas, and like, oh man, like, I just literally be present and look around and take it all in and just think about life and like where I am. And
I do a lot of you know, I love nostalgia. I am a nostalgia dude. So like, I go look at the old pictures, or I think about like, man, last time we was doing this, blah blah blah. Yeah. It just made me that much more appreciative, like, of like the path that I've taken and like where I am now because of that. Yeah. So it helped me be present. Like, man, like when you was doing that, you was worried about something totally different. When you was there. Yeah. And now you're here, you know what I'm saying? And that gives me a lot of comfort. And I like talking about it, so I just talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do a lot of talking.
Then I know like the age we at, like, life is gonna change for us, you know, like within the next few years or so. So it's like just being present in our moment that we like in our later 20s, and you know, so like I said, I'm just kind of cognizant of like the world around me, and so I just, you know, take it all in. And,
and it's so funny now, right? Because you know, we're all late 20s. I know, Boo, you just mentioned that like you're changing your career. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, we can get caught up in this like monotonous, kind of like redundant schedule that we have Monday through Sunday or whatever. So now like change is not abrupt, but like it's something that's gonna take a lot of attention to do it. Like, for like, cause you know, there's things I want to do, and I'd be like, dang, for me to do this, I gotta do this, put this in play with it. Whereas like 18, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just change my major. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I still got maybe 3 years, you know, of school left. You know what I'm saying? So like, it takes that much more attention when we do want to change. Like when you want to change now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know we've been talking like this whole time, and it kind of seems like maybe change is something that's like influenced on you, but sometimes you can go looking for the change. Like, I want to. Yeah,
I might say we have the ability to change our lives.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to, you can quit your job.
Yeah, and go do whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what you can control.
Yeah,
that's what you can control. Yeah. That's what you're responsible for. You're responsible for yourself in every situation.
So, we have one more, but this is just a general question. Like, are y'all, just personally, are y'all hesitant to change, or do y'all like and embrace change? Just like from a macro perspective.
I usually embrace change just because I'm kind of like you. I know that this is not my final form, so I know that every day something can be different and may be different. So. Like, instead of just waiting for it, I like to change things up. Like, even at the house, like, I like to change things around. I like to put this here and change this there. Or my morning routine, I kind of like change up my morning routine. I work out in the morning, of course, but like some days I might just chill on the patio and read while the sun's coming up or something. Or sometimes I just might take a long walk just to like clear my mind for the morning and like set intention for the day. So like, that's small, of course, small changes, but like, yeah, I don't like to just be the same over and over again. I like to just have things change. I like to challenge myself too. Like, I like to stimulate my brain.
See, that's funny because I had posed a question earlier, like how do you identify a change needs to happen? Mm-hmm. And this is kind of what to answer that question and yours is like I embrace change because I ask myself, what am I getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? Like I get to a point where I'm like, if I'm not like gaining, if I'm not like advancing in thought and like emotional intelligence or anything, it's like, okay, it's time for me to put a change. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But to answer your question, yes, you know what I mean? Like I accept change because I want to grow. I seek knowledge and I seek experiences. So I think that kind of like opens me up to change. And you know, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes change, you know, I bump my head, but like I be like, what? That was something to learn from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you never know until you like.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Embrace that change and experience to know if it's for you or not.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How did y'all get to that place to where y'all do embrace change, or where y'all do feel like I need to have this change rather than, man, I hope nothing happens to me ever, and I don't want to change, and I just want to be in this moment.
Ooh. Well, I think for me, like, I guess where I would like my life to be at the end compared to where it is now, I'm completely different. So I won't change because this is not it for me, I hope, or, you know, so I got to continue to evolve and grow in order to try to get to where I'm going. So,
right. I definitely I'm open to change, but I definitely do have like some core elements of myself that I want to be like as a man. Like, you know, I see myself 20 years later, like I would like to be a well-traveled man. I would like to be a well-educated man. I would like to have a family, you know, and stuff like that. So like I seek those building blocks now, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which, of course, like I just said, lends myself to change and everything like that. I think that's what keeps me grounded in knowing, okay, the change is happening, but it's for the better. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Because I do, you know, I might not reach all the things I want to get, but if I'm pursuing them,
you have something to look forward to.
Yeah, and then like when I'm 60, or when I'm 80, I'll be like, I'm glad I did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I tried. I can at least say I tried. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's it.
But the last point is we kind of touched on it is find your priorities. The most resilient people see change as an opportunity rather than a monster to fear. Transitioning life allows you to consider where your priorities lie. How do you really want to spend your time on earth? What's really important to you? Where do you see yourself wasting your time and energy? With a clear sense of your goals and values, you will find your mind and body can be much more resilient when it comes to the stressors of change. Above all, prioritizing your health and life. Transitions means not being afraid to ask for help when you need it. Humans are social creatures by nature, so you weren't built to withstand every sudden event in life without the support of others. Talk to family and friends who are experiencing similar changes, or consider finding a support group in your community. Then the last sentence is, you can't avoid change, but you live in a life of resilience. You can embrace transition and see changes as opportunities to thrive.
Yeah, man. I think the best way to I ain't gonna say the best way, because the best way is different for everybody, but I think a great way to just like deal with the change is, one, of course, like embrace it, kind of like we said in the article says, but just give yourself something to look forward to. I feel like when you have something to look forward to, you have a goal, basically. If you have a goal and you make a plan to get to that goal, you'll accomplish it, or something like it. You know what I'm saying? Plans obviously change. But I think that's just the gist of it. Like, don't act like things ain't happening in your life. Like, that'll make you go crazy. That's kind of like insanity. You don't want to do that. Just like embrace it and have something to look forward to, and have something to be the reason why you embrace that change.
Yeah. AKA find your priorities.
Like those questions, like I know I had just talked about it. Yeah. Like I didn't even know that was next, but those questions, how do you really want to spend your time on this earth? You know, what's really important to you? Where do you see yourself wasting? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I got from that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, change gonna happen, but you don't have to be short sighted to, you know what I'm saying, to just say you never want to be something because it might change. You know what I mean? Like, if you got your path and you got your ideal, what you want to do, like, I say chase it. You know what I'm saying? Just chase it.
So tight that you lose what else you could have.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the most powerful sentences in the article is see change as an opportunity rather than a monster
to fear.
Because you know, some people try to avoid change and they don't like it, and like I said, they really avoid it. Like,
and look, bro, and y'all know where we from. We from a small town. Like change doesn't happen a lot. Like on a lot where we from, and we all could have slid into a lifestyle that we know was there. You know what I mean? Like, and I ain't just talking about for the bad. You could still be a straight up person and do the same thing like everybody else. But to have a want to leave and have a want to change, I think that showed a want to change anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think, like I said, and it kind of ties into that, like where you grow up. You know, sometimes in a place where it's not much, or it's more consistent and there's not much change. That was what made me like enjoy change and experiencing different stuff, because that's like something I like in life, experiencing different things, and that doesn't happen without change. So I embraced change. Like, I knew that, you know, I wanted to live a few places, just experience different things. And with that is change. So I like change, just to experience stuff. It can be, like you say,
it's kind of exciting to me.
Yeah, you just never know.
You just never know. Like.
And I think that's why it's exciting, because you don't know.
Yeah,
it's like, because it could be anything.
Because the flip side of that is being scared of, because you can't control nothing. Exactly. Which goes back to the first point.
Exactly. And you can manifest whatever you want to manifest. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking about something a way that it could be that. You know what I'm saying? So instead of thinking of bad things that could happen, or the things that you wouldn't want to happen, think about the things that you feel like should happen after this change. Right. You know, and that may be something that you can change yourself before the change comes, you know, and prepare yourself better. Like,
like I said, that really kind of just fall into your thought patterns and like how you see it and embracing it.
Nah, man.
So changes.
Hey, man. But I mean, like, we're all young guys, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot more change to be seen in the world. There's gonna be a lot of change that happens. Like, I feel like these next 10 years are gonna be filled with so much change. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, from where we are to where we will be. And like I mean, I hate to be like regurgitating, but like, I think it's exciting. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be at 38, but
I don't know what it's gonna be at 29.
I don't know what's gonna be next week.
Yeah, 22. I was about to say 19 is different than 2020.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Shoot, my May was different. I mean, my April may be different than my May. So, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta be ready for it, though, man. But for everybody listening, like, you know, if I can just give you something to take away from it, just accept it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like Ed said, like, you know what I'm saying, you control what you can control. You do that, you'll be straight in any situation.
And just go into it with a positive mindset, looking at it as an opportunity.
There you go.
Prepare yourself for it.
Bull, man, how you feel about your second episode before we get out of here, man? Thank you for coming, brother.
For sure, man. It was a great episode. I always like talking. I just feel like it's regular conversation.
I'm about to say,
I'm zoned out on the mics. Like, I just been talking. So man, it's nice, man. I like y'all got the vibes, man.
Nah, man, we appreciate you joining us again, man. Episode 13, and you know.
Remember to do all the things on all the things.
All the things on all the things, man. We appreciate everybody. Yeah, man. Like, follow, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Take us on that.
All right, till next time.